today we got a video for you on a grain to glass video on how to brew an award-winning Munich Helles. Yeah, this is a awesome recipe. It's award-winning, so stay tuned. Hey, so this Munich Helles recipe, it's awesome. I brewed it a bunch of times. In fact, it's probably the beer that I've most brewed on my electric brewery system. And I've tweaked the recipe quite a bit over the years, and I've entered it in a lot of competitions, and I've gotten some great feedback. In fact, in 2017, I won my region, which was the Seattle region in the National Homebrew Competition with the beer. And it didn't do so well in the finals, and that was largely because I bottled all the beer at once. You know, I kegged it and then I bottled it off the keg, and I think I bottled like 6 bottles or maybe 7. I sent 3 off to the first round, and I saved the other 3. And then once I won that first round, I sent the next 3 to the second round, and they were past their prime. I don't know if maybe I should have just waited and bottled a few more or 3 more off the keg once it was closer to the date for the second round, or what. So if anybody out there has any suggestions, I mean, maybe I should have just rebrewed the beer for the second round. But that's what I'm planning on doing this year, if my entry makes it to the second round, which I hope it does. So anyway, grab a beer, grab a snack or some snacks, and sit back and hope you enjoy this video. So just real quick, I'm going to run down the ingredients list and some of the specifics. I've got the recipe pulled up here right in front of me. We had 18 pounds of Pilsner malt. I used a Bark Pilsner by Weyermann, and or however you pronounce it. I guess it'd be Weyermann, or anyway. I used 1.6 pounds of Munich, the Munich Dark, or the Tin Lovabond stuff. I guess it'd be Munich 2. I used 0.5, basically half a pound of Melanoidin. I used, and that's pretty much, that's the grain base right there, or all the malts I used. My mash efficiency, I'm right around 85%, sometimes a little bit better for my setup. And for the hops, I had as you saw in the video, I had a 60-minute addition, and I used 2.35 ounces of Tettnanger, and they were at 3.7 acid acidity. And then I had 0.512 ounces of Hallertau at 4.1 alpha acidity, and that was for the 20-minute. And I used, for the yeast for this one, I used the Yeast 2308 Munich Lager yeast, and it's always done real well for me. I've used the stuff from White Labs, the German lager yeast, and that works real well too. But I like that 2308, and I made a pretty big starter. I think I made a big starter, like a 4,000 milliliter starter. I bumped it up twice, and so I pitched pretty well, and everything turned out great. Yeah, and then as far as the mash schedule, I like I said, or you might have picked it up in the video, I loaded up all the grains the night before, and I let them sit overnight at room temperature. The water was pretty cold that I had. It was probably 60 degrees, maybe lower than that when we started. And then when I woke up in the morning, I just bumped up my temperature to my mash temperature, which I mashed at 131 for about 15 minutes. And then I raised it up to, I stepped up to 150 for 90 minutes before going to 168 to mash out for 10 minutes. And that schedule has worked real well for me in the past. Hey, hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and share us with your friends if you want. We try to put out new videos every week. They're generally about brewing beer or about cooking good food. And so please join the adventure as we explore culinary delights and craft beer. Be well. Bye-bye.